Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot reader. This Sagittarius is two readings in this video for you. There's your general bi-weekly from the dates of July the 26th to August the 10th. And then at the end I'm going to pull some additional cards from this deck for your love reading, okay? That's just going to cover the time from at the very end of this month, at the very end of July, going into August. Next week, next Wednesday, I will post your complete full August love reading, Sagittarius, okay? So this is just the additional love reading that I have promised, and I'm going to put it in this video for you, okay? So we'll start off with your general. I've already shuffled the cards, and let's see what comes out, okay? I've just started singing when I was, I always cleanse the card with my little singing bowl in between readings. This is with my little gong, it makes this. And that's how I cleanse the new. It's just about the vibrations, basically. So it just sort of cleanses the area, cleanses the space. And I was singing Post Malone. You probably think, no, what is it? I did not believe that it wouldn't know. I know all the words. I've been there. Anyway, that one. You probably think that you are better now, better now. You only say that because you're not around, not around. You know I never meant to let you down, let you down. Would I give you anything? Would I give you anything? Whoa. Oh, I love that song. Anyway, I've been singing that for you. So maybe some of you have had some ending of relationships or something like that. So the love reading, that's going to tell us, okay? The first three cards I'm going to pick are for the first three cards. It wants to be that one. The first three cards are for this week, between the dates of the 26th to the 2nd of August, and the second three cards are no, not yet, going to be for the following week, which is the 3rd to the 10th, and then I'm going to pull three from this other deck for your love reading, okay? Just wait a minute. You've got a lot of stuff coming through, you guys. You've got a lot of messages coming through. A lot of messages coming through. I mean, I ain't surprised to see 3 major arcana, judgment on the bottom. I ain't surprised to see that for this week because mate, this is going to be quite an intuitive reading. I might go all over the place. So give me 1 minute, just not a minute, but just to ground this energy. This wants to come out first of all. Okay, so this card is saying it's about a new start, a new beginning. We're not going to talk about love, but I think this is related to love actually for some of you. But we're going to talk about, because we're going to do love reading in a minute. Now, just bear with me a second. Okay. It's interesting, Sagittarius. The energy for you has completely shifted now. So for the last sort of few months when I've been doing your readings, I've said, gosh, I feel like I'm repeating myself with you. Not no more. I think maybe you've listened. I don't know. It's crazy clear now. Things are so clear to you now. There's no more hiding. There's no more hiding from yourself. There's no more hiding from what you really truly want. I'm so shocked actually just at the complete shift in energy. Even 2 weeks ago when I did your, or a week ago when I did your last video, we were still stuck in this energy of not moving toward the things that we want. Not no more. You know, we've got the Ace of Pentacles here, which is about a new beginning, basically. It's a gift from the universe. It's about a new beginning. So some of you, your realization, you know, your self-realization, Hermit card linked to, your self-realization could coincide with an external influence, which makes you actually take some action. So, for example, you've been thinking in your mind, do you know what? I'm just not happy doing this job. I'm not happy in this relationship. I'm not happy doing this job. And then literally someone contacts you on LinkedIn a week later and says, oh, we've seen your profile and want to offer you a job, a brand new opportunity. It could be somewhere overseas. It could be like it could just be the opportunity that changes your life. Well, the thing is, we've got the Hermit energy. For those people that follow me on Instagram and Facebook, I did a post, a very popular post actually, about all the nines. If not, you can find it in the community section on here, on my YouTube channel. And it tells you about the nines, the number 9, and the significance of the number 9. You know, it's kind of about looking inside, shining a light on yourself, shining a light on your traumas, your difficulties, the things that have challenged you, and it's about incorporating that wisdom and moving forward. I say that a lot, incorporate the wisdom, move forward, but really that's what life is. Life is about being challenged by things, being challenged by external things. In this instance, it's about being challenged internally, you know, really becoming conscious and becoming aware and in alignment emotionally and spiritually about how you feel about your life, how you feel about yourself, how your current situation is, how does your current situation impacts your soul, impacts your heart, impacts your belief, your I'll say higher self. I'll say higher self, for want of a better term, really. You are really becoming aware and conscious of that. And I want to say to you, literally, congratulations, Sag, because the energy has shifted now. It's shifted. For some of you, it could be related to a marriage or an institution, i.e. work. You know, the Hierophant is the Pope card. And the Pope is, in Christian tradition, Jesus's or God's direct line on earth, if you will. He's like the representative of God on this planet, in Christian tradition, on earth. And it's about that understanding of the divine, of those traditions, of those structures, and living by those rules. That's why we say it's related to marriage, but it's related to all sorts of institutions, any sort of formal institution, because the Hierophant lives by those rules or chooses to reject them. You know, in this instance, it could be with there's balance going on here. So maybe some of you are choosing and deciding whether or not to accept you are, because Tiny's barking. And you know, whenever Tiny barks, it means what I'm saying is true. Some of you are choosing either to accept or reject the tradition, the structures of your life, whether that's actually a marriage or in other ways. It's a balancing act, and I'm doing this with my hands, and that's very much linked to the Temperance energy. One last thought as well. The number fives are all about challenge, and they're all about change. They're all about changes. So, and it's about changes that we make because our identity is being challenged, or something about us, something within us is being challenged by external influences. So that's just an overall for the energy of a number 5. So it's important that we consider that this is internal work, and it's as if once you shine a light on the thing that is dissatisfactory to you, or the wounding that you now recognize, once you shine a light on that, it's as if the universe gives you an opportunity to immediately or instantly, almost it feels like it's miraculous, like it's a miracle. You know, it's like you get this opportunity seemingly out of nowhere. Some of you, new relationship, new job, moving house, moving to a new city, new country. It seemingly comes out of nowhere, but it isn't out of nowhere. It's because of the energy you've been putting in. You know, when we've got Temperance, Hermit, Hierophant, we've got these cards here, 3 major arcana cards and an ace. So it is suggestive of a huge amount of change for you. The energy's totally shifted. I might just be reading for different Sagittariuses, but the energy for you guys has completely shifted. I would be surprised if you cannot feel the shift in energy this week, the 26th to the 2nd. I'd be very surprised if you do not feel a shift in energy. You know, whether it's you've been really, really happy all year and then suddenly shit gets real, pardon my French, and you start to realise, oh my gosh, like, what the heck am I doing? Or vice versa. Everything's been really awful, and then suddenly you're like, oh my god, I know what I want to do, I know where I want to go, I know the direction I want to move in, I know the decision I want to make. The Temperance card is saying to you, it's not caution. It might feel like that to you. We might experience the Temperance energy as caution, but it's not caution. Temperance is wait, it's taking action, which is the Hermit. Hermit is taking action. It's internal healing. It's linked to Virgo. It's digging deep. It's doing the work on yourself. It's linked to Virgo, the Hermit card. It's work. It's action. That's what this card is. It's like the universe is saying to you, do that work and then wait for this to arrive. Get the realization. That's what the Temperance is saying. It's like, do the work, understand your relationship to these structures in your life, to these traditions. Do they serve you? Yes or no? Is it something that you can live with? Yes or no? Do that work. Once you do that work, either way, a new opportunity is coming in for you, a new start, something solid that you can see in the world. As I said, a new relationship, a new job, a new commitment to yourself. I mean, I'm not even surprised. We've got Justice, fab. Justice, 10 of Cups. So for some of you, it could be marriage related. I mean, I don't really want to talk about relationships because we're going to do that in a second. So I'm not going to talk about relationships, but only to say that some of you there could be the beginning, a marriage or something like that, but I'll talk about that in love reading. Okay, Justice card comes. This is for next week then, so this is for the dates between the 3rd and the 10th, okay? We've got, this is related to, I think it's it's an Libra. Justice card, and it's about new starts, new beginnings as well. We see this card when we have been treated unfairly, or when things have to be, I'm going to say that I'm doing this again, balanced, it's like there's been potentially enemies or entities around you that are that have almost forced you to do this, forced you to look inside of yourself. So it's almost as if external influences and situations have been the things, people, like stuff out of your control, stuff you can't control. It's almost as if that has led to you trying to find this balance and trying to gain this clarity in over this next couple of weeks. You do gain that clarity, and I'm so happy for you, Sag, because I can totally feel the difference in your energy this week compared to when I did your last reading last week or the week before, and how it's been totally different to this. How it's been is pretty heavy going. We're having a heat wave in this country, and I swear to God, it's going on. It's going on, man, and I can't cope with it. I can't cope with it, Sag, I tell you. And when I'm reading the cards and the energy's coming like this, I have to just fan myself, darling. Fan myself. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is good. It's good. The influences, the external influences that have forced you to look at yourself, to look internally, to spend that Hermit energy. For some of you, you could have had an accident, because we've got, and you could be receiving a payout. So we've got the Hermit, which is related to healing, but also physical healing and being out of the world, not being able to work because of a physical illness or an injury, for example. Some of you could have been injured at work. Some of you could have been injured out and about, and the payment comes in this next week. Okay, the judgment comes in. You get a payout for your pain, your suffering, etc., etc. That could be for some people actually, and whatever this judgment is though, and whatever this as I said, this judgment is a card of balance, just like Temperance, and it's we use the Hermit energy to seek justice. We use the Hermit energy to seek this balance, if that makes sense, and to seek this joy and this abundance, okay? Because our next card is the 10 of Cups. So this is emotional fulfillment, emotional abundance. It's joy. It's within us, it's within you that you find your source of joy, and you can express that out in the world. It's an opportunity also with the number 10. It's an opportunity to it's related for me to the solar plexus, your 3rd chakra. So the sun card, it's related to the sun card for me. this energy, the energy of it, because it's about abundance, and it's about your who you are inside, being that out in the world, and having really no shame about showing the world who you are. This is about, obviously, happiness in relationships as well, you know, in commitments in relationships. It's below the Hierophant and Justice card. So some of you could be getting married, you know, propose, you know, this is it. For some of you, you could be getting married, getting proposed to, with the Three of Pentacles as well. And the Ace of Pentacles could be, you could be getting married, you could be getting proposed to. It could be your marriage, your ceremony this week. Hierophant, marriage card, Ten of Cups below that. It could be that you're planning a wedding, or you as I said, you've just got engaged to somebody. You're planning your wedding, for example. With the Three of Pentacles, it's a card of cooperation. It's a card of you putting in energy, someone else, so your partner, your friend, putting in energy to build something, and then the universe is supporting that. That's the third. The energy that you two create is like the third pentacle, if you will. The energy that the cooperation between the two of you create is an energy within itself. It's, and that's in this instance what the Third of Pentacles is. Three of Pentacles is. So it could be that, Sag, some of you are moving jobs, moving work in an area that's more fulfilling for you, that's more in alignment with who you are and what you're doing. It could be that some of you are getting married. It could be that some of you are getting divorced. Because we did have the Judgment card in the bottom, even though I showed it, you didn't have. We had the Judgment card in the bottom. It could be that some of you were getting divorced, and literally you get divorced and you meet someone straight away. You're happy about the divorce or separation. It's been something really positive for you both. I just wanted to clarify the Justice card, and I got the King of Swords. So that's interesting that the King of Swords came out, you know, because this could suggest, it could be a judge, a judgment, you know, it could be victory related. That was on the bottom. I just wanted to pull that out. So yeah, when we're looking at the next couple of weeks, some of you are waiting, will be receiving financial payouts because of a divorce. You know, the financial settlements could be coming in for some of you. For some of you, it's as I said, you've been injured out and about or at work. You've going through healing, and you are getting the justice that you deserve over this next week and 2 weeks. It's going to lead you. You're going to be feeling good and happy and you know, in a good place. But overall, Sag, let me just tell you that the energy is shifted for you guys. So there's a huge amount of clarity that you've gained. In your look, we've got this you've gained a huge amount of clarity, whether someone else has given you that clarity or it's been your internal soul searching that's given you that clarity. It's been the isolation that you've put yourself in that's given you that clarity, okay, in order that you now really know what direction you want to go in. And I tell you, as soon as you gain that clarity, as soon as you go through that internal questions and reflection, and opportunities coming in for you, almost it seems like a miracle in a way. It comes in that quickly. Okay, so we've got some fabulous energies here. We've got some great cards. I'll just take your thumbnail now so that I can, there we go, it's a decent one, isn't it? So we've got some great cards and some great energy, so we'll put these to one side now. So that's, as I said, the last couple of weeks, and what we'll do now is we'll pull your cards for love. I'm just going to pull 3 cards. I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes doing this. 3 cards for love. And as I said, to be fair, what's been coming out in the other love readings that I've done, or the other readings that I've done for the other signs, has been, it's really been a lot about internal work and, you know, overcoming karmic cycles in love, and, you know, moving forward in a much more healthier way, and with a much healthier attitude. With a much healthier attitude toward relationships. So I wonder what comes out for you, Sag. Whoa. We've got the 9 of Wands. I was like, I could feel the energy off that card. I could feel it. Then the Sun, fab. So this is really what I said to you, and the 8 of Cups. So what I said to you about being led by your, and that's on the bottom, 2 of Wands, okay? So what I said to you, you know, about this time for you is being about the next couple of weeks, about being led by your 2nd and 3rd chakra, so your sacral chakra and your solar plexus. Now, a second 9 has come up for you. Really try to read that in the community section. It's called All About the 9s. You'll see all the 9 cards there, and I give a really good description about what these cards are about. And I think you definitely read that post, or find it on Instagram or on Facebook, Key Wisdom Tarot. but it's in community section. Anyway, so this is really upsets me, this card, to be honest. It upsets me because it's a trap, and it's a way of thinking, and it's as if you tied to your own self. I'm gonna have to show it. It's 222. I mean, for some reason I keep noticing the time. I just kept noticing it, and I'm like, it's 222 for ages. So I'm gonna show it you, because in case some people it's matters, you know, important to them. But anyway, the Nine of Wands, I feel, could become the Six of Wands, can become victory for you guys, because there's a lot coming in for you, actually. Just a second. I keep wanting to... It's very interesting, actually, the energies that are coming through for you. You've got a lot of support around you, even if it's in a spiritual sense. You know, people that have passed. We know whatever you believe in, there's... Even if you can't articulate that feeling, there is a feeling of safety that you are experiencing, even with this struggle, this internal struggle, this cycle that's been going on for you, this cycle that's been going on for you with the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and feeling stuck. You know, you've had that. I think you definitely think you've had that in another reading in the past, and it's that energy of being traumatized so much by past negative experiences that we feel like we cannot move forward, and we cannot be free of them. It's a card, that's what it's like, PTSD, post-traumatic stress, but within us, like, you know, within our self-esteem. And, you know, this is something that's going to be coming to an end, and we know this, you know. In fact, I'll talk about this as well. First of all, the Eight of Cups, you know, we know that the Nine of Wands energies are going to be coming to an end, because we're walking away from it. You know, the Eight of Cups is about walking, it's the end of a negative emotional cycle. That's what the Eight of Cups basically signifies. It signifies the end of a difficult, challenging emotional cycle, and moving out of that energy, moving away from it. So in love, it could be that you have been traumatized, you recognize that that's affected your self-esteem, you've been, you know, betrayed or upset or hurt in the past. You're moving out of that energy, actually, in this literally in this next week, this next couple of weeks. And we've got the Sun card, so we've got this card of growth, of compassion, of love. I mean, it's happiness's card, and you had the Ten of Cups as well in the previous reading in your general. So it's showing, isn't it, that there's again, it's movement, it's shifting in your energy. I think for you, it's about, you need to really connect with your chakras. I would say to you, Sagittarius, I would say that for you guys, try the easiest way to connect to your chakras, your sacral chakra, which is orange in colour, and your solar plexus, solar plexus, which is yellow in colour, is to eat foods that are orange and foods that are yellow, or wear clothes that are orange and yellow, you know, or you know, a crystal that's related to that chakra, because it's in, I want you to do that it'd be lovely if you could do that in meditation, if you could just even focusing your attention on that area. The second chakra's 2 fingers below your belly button, and your third chakra, the solar plexus, is 2 fingers above your belly button. It's inside your body, but anyway, that's how you remember it. So try to focus on that area around there, and just maybe try to be mindful of what comes to the surface consciously, what you think, the thoughts, the visions, the things that you see when you are meditating on those areas, thinking about those areas, focusing on those areas, or wearing those colours, or eating those foods. Try to be mindful and conscious of what is in your mind and emotionally how you're feeling, and I'll just allow those things to come up to the surface. That's what the Sun card's about. It's about, you know, being you in the world, and really knowing you in the world and seeing you in the world. So when it comes to love, you know, it's really about overcoming the things that have been challenging for you, overcoming the cycles that have been challenging for you, moving out of that energy and saying, world, look, I'm here. Yeah, it was hard, I struggle, but I made it, I got there. Okay, so this is only for, as I said, this last week of July, and begin just into August, and I will do your full August love reading, Sag, and I'll post it next week. Okay. I hope that was okay for you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It's always good to get likes and comments. I always reply to comments as well. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, both Key Wisdom Tarot. And if you would like a personal reading, book fast, and please, it's the same, keywisdomtarot@gmail.com. Yeah, that's it. So Sagittarius, thank you so much. I'll see you all again next week for your August love reading. Thanks, Sagittarius. Bye.